So we are assuming that the bench on which they are sitting is frictionless, and it says that starting with zero velocity. Now if it is starting with zero velocity, that means its initial velocity, that is denoted by u, will be equal to 0 meters per second. Then it says what will be Mahendra's velocity of motion towards Virat after 1 second. That means we've been given time, that is t is equal to 1 second. And also we've been given two important things, that is first of all force and mass. So force is equal to 4.002 into 10 raised to minus 7 Newton, and mass is given as 75 kg. Do we have some other value? No, right? Now what do we need to find? It says what will be Mahendra's velocity of motion towards Virat. Since the initial velocity was 0, obviously now we need to find final velocity, that is denoted by v. So we need to find the value of v over here, that is final velocity. Which formula do we use? Obviously we have three equations of motion, right? So which formula do we use so that we can obtain the value of v? And obviously the answer is v is equal to u plus at. But when we use v is equal to u plus at as the formula, one thing that we have to consider over here is that we don't have the value of a, that is acceleration. So to find the value of acceleration, we have to use one more formula, that is F is equal to ma, that is force is equal to mass into acceleration. So if I change this formula to find the acceleration, m needs to go in the denominator. So we get a is equal to F upon m. So first of all, we have to use the formula a is equal to F upon m. So F is equal to 4.002 into 10 raised to minus 7 and m is equal to 75. So we start calculating this. So 75 ones are 75, and here the answer that we obtain after dividing 75 and 4.002 is 0.0534 into 10 raised to minus 7 remains as it is. And since this is acceleration, the unit is meter per second square. Now after writing meter per second square, after obtaining the acceleration, first of all, one thing that we have to keep in mind is that this number is not between 1 and 10. That means we have to shift this decimal 2 places so that we can obtain 5.34. And since we are shifting to the right hand side by 2 places, that means we have to subtract by 2. That means 10 raised to minus 7 minus 2, which gives us 10 raised to minus 9. So this is the value for acceleration. Now we substitute this value in the formula v is equal to u plus at. We have the value of u as 0. A is 5.34 into 10 raised to minus 9 and t is given as 1. So that means it multiplies by 1. That means the answer is supposed to be 5.34 into 10 raised to minus 9 meter per second square. So this is the value of the final velocity. Now the question also says, will this velocity change with time and how? First of all, we need to understand that gravitational force is a force of attraction. And since they are moving towards each other, listen this very carefully. Now since they are moving towards each other, the distance decreases. When distance decreases, force increases. And obviously if we apply more force, the velocity will also be more. So as the distance keeps on changing, velocity also keeps on changing. That means there is acceleration. So velocity will increase with time. As the distance decreases, force increases, thereby increasing the acceleration. So hence velocity increases.